this latest teletraining video. Today we're going to speak about AC-DC current transducers and see how they benefit our industry. In general, the AC-DC current transducers are commonly used to transform a high current signal to like a low current or voltage signal to use in our PLCs or in our control equipment. Usually that high amperage current signal is converted to a low signal that our controllers are usually able to handle. Now, the advantage is also that we don't only transfer the signal, but we also isolate the high current signal from our important and sensitive control equipment. If we're speaking about analog outputs and current transducers, I want you to know the difference between unipolar analog outputs and bipolar analog outputs. Usually the unipolar outputs range from 0 to 10 volts or 4 to 20 milliamps, and basically translate your high current signal into a value from 0 to 10, for example. However, if you look at bipolar outputs, we can measure, for example, DC current flow. So you could say, is something charging or is something actually consuming energy, right? So that would go under the bipolar analog output. Now, if we look at all the components that are out there on the market, there is some that are loop powered, there is some that need an auxiliary voltage to operate, but most importantly, most of the solutions out there on the market only have one analog output. So that means you can only translate your measured current into 4 to 20 milliamps or 0 to 10 volts. Now, that could also make it possible that you might need an additional transducer unit to help you kind of translate the signal to what you actually want it to be. Now, of course, depending on the purpose of your transducer or the application, you might also need some additional designs or vary your capability. Now, what Tele did is we improved that technology so that you only need one device to solve all your transducer problems. We have up to 6 analog output ranges, and also you can measure any AC or DC current from 0 to 100 amps. If you want to know more about our latest technology, feel free to watch our next video.